Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Simply Garden and Home. I tell you what, it's a beautiful day out here in southern New Hampshire. It's probably around it's the third week of August coming up here. And you know what? I'm actually kind of thinking maybe of trying one more row of beans. As crazy as this may be, I've decided to plant some beans early. So we're going to talk about planting the last beans of the fall. So I got thinking, you know what? We still have some time. Maybe it's been kind of a warm summer. And I thought, you know what? It takes about 55 to 60 days for beans to mature. And I've gone ahead and pre-soaked these things a little bit here. They're starting to puff up about half a day now. And I figure, you know what? Take the risk. Our first frost killing date is around the middle of October. They say the first frost can be the third week of September, but with proper blanket covering, I can extend them. I figure, you know, if they don't make it by end of October to get beans, so what? We'll pull them out. They become nitrogen for the soil and compost for the compost bin. But I had some extra seeds left over. We'll try that out. But what I want to show you is how this corn's coming along. Look at this here. And we'll come back to planting beans in a second. This corn is really looking good. This is our fall corn. It's a main season. It's about a 78-day corn. I planted this the middle of July. And we're going to be just fine. We'll be harvesting this probably in another 3-4 weeks. It's starting to tassel out quite nicely on top, and we're excited about it, as long as we don't get a hurricane coming through and blow it over. Hey, but first I want to show you what has happened since I last planted this stuff. This is amazing how the warmth does work. If you use proper shade cloths and proper protection to keep the moisture in. We've got loads of carrots coming up. Yes, you know me, I like to interplant with some radishes. I haven't thinned these out. I will shortly, to give them a little more room, but you can see the carrots coming in, and beets are coming up beautifully. We've also thinned these out now that they've got their, their first true leaves are coming through. And then I actually have another planting of carrots, and these came up really quick. I think they've germinated probably like in about 5 days, 6 days. It says 10 to 20 days. And look at them all, absolutely amazing. And then we've got spinach coming up. I do have a little challenge with the spinach. Something does want to eat them as they come up. So I don't know if it's pill bugs, which is a little round. When you touch them, they become like a little pill. So I found by putting these logs down, believe it or not, I was able to track a bunch of them. So I got rid of a whole slew of them. And these don't seem to be bothering these spinach as much. But as I did have these logs down to also keep a little shade cloth over it to help the seeds germinate better. So that's how that bed's doing. And it's very pleased with it, with the top covering. Oh, lettuce. Hold on a second here. Let's show you the lettuce over here. So the lettuce here really came up quick. I think it germinated in about 3 days. Let me just slide these back a little bit here. So what I did is I've got these wire hoops up here. First, some shade cloth. And, I got water that dumped in there. Whoops. We'll get some water in a little bit there, but this is all looking good. This is going to be our fall lettuce for the cold frame, and also I'll plant some more down that way there. But boy, I'll tell you what, you can get lettuce to come up. It got to 95 degrees one day, and with the shade cloth underneath it worked really well. It germinated just fine. So we want to show you the beans. These are the fall beans coming up very well, and they have just taken off. I planted these probably about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 max. We did have a little fight with the grasshoppers. If anybody's got any suggestion how to fight off grasshoppers other than putting down a polyester on top of that, roll covers, they did take a few plants out here, but we got enough to get going. Besides, I'm going to plant more beans. And then I'm going to come down here and show you where the cold frame is going to go. Now this is all set up for our cold frame, which is back behind the shed in storage right now, but I go ahead and measure it out, know exactly where things are going to go. These first 2 rows are going to be spinach, and then we're going to plant some more carrots, which of course we'll use some kind of a covering, either a board to help the carrots germinate, or once again some of the not the polyester, but the, what do you call that? What's the cloth called? Help me out, Linda. No, the stuff you use for decorations. So we're going to also cover these up with burlap, so that'll help them germinate a bit more on the hotter days. And then behind here, we'll put in 3 rows of some of the lettuce transplants when that gets bigger over there, which probably another couple weeks before we get into that. Let's head over and plant some. Oh, 1 second real quick here. I just saw something. I'm trying a little experiment here. I've actually got in here, these are peat pots, which are going to use, I have spinach planted in there. So when that comes up, I'm going to go and just probably plant that right in these rows here instead of doing it direct seeded. Try that for experiment. Okay. So got 2 varieties here. These are contender. They're just a bush bean is what they are. And I had some leftover providers, so we'll go ahead and fill these in. Now we're going to have to make sure I water this pretty well because these beans are puffed up now. And trick about seeds, once seeds expand, and if they dry out, they're never going to grow. Same thing with grass seeds. So you want to keep your grass seeds. You start planting grass seed this time of year. If those seeds expand, carrot seeds, if they expand and they dry out, they'll never germinate. So keeping moist is key. And let's go ahead and plant some beans. These here, they say plant about 4 inches apart. I like doing a nice wide row. I took my hoe in there, and it's about 4 or 5 inches wide here. I just like to kind of alternate them in here, every 4 inches apart or so. Yeah, so I mean, sometimes it's kind of fun seeing you can push the season along a little bit. You know, take a little risk. If it works out great, if not, that's all right. And nothing like some fresh beans in the fall. They're really good, tender. We'll see what we get. We've been very dry this summer, but by doing gradual watering, we've been keeping pretty up with most of the lack of water situation. I probably got more beans than what I need here. So, question for some of you: what are some things you like to plant in the fall? If you're a new gardener, you're probably wondering, what should I plant? It's like I say, just look at your dates as far as when your first frost date is, because I realize you're not just talking in the northeast part of the U.S. up here. The other parts of the country also, you have later frost, so you can probably get a lot more stuff in. I know, like for instance, my prairie plant girl way up in Canada, and she's got a great video, a great channel by the way, and she's very thorough. She does most of her gardening in her backyard of her suburban home, and I mean, she's in zone 3, so they really got to push things along, and I don't think she'd get along with planting beans this time of year. But something worth checking out. We'll put a link below so you can find her channel, and it's really amazing what they can do up in that zone. Okay, well there we go. That's how quick and easy that was. Last planting of the season. I think that's pretty much it for my fall crops, other than a little bit more carrots and spinach to plant, and some lettuce, of course. But we'll give it a good couple inch and a half of soil. Of course, you always want to tamp it down, and then give it a good watering. Once again, I want to thank you for coming to watch our what we do out here at Simply Garden and Home. For those that are new, welcome. Hope you like what you see and earn your subscription. And for those of you who keep coming back to watching more, I appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your day, and tell us what you like about the fall as far as what you like to plant. Look forward to hearing from you. And enjoy your day. See you soon. Bye.